This is Vindal with Showing the Ropes. Today we're going to be showing you the Leto harness, which means we're going to be playing with rope. So always make sure you have your safety shears because it's better to cut your rope than to cut a life. As I said, we're going to be doing the Leto harness. The Leto harness is a hip harness designed by a rigger named Mr. Leto. And I haven't seen many videos on this on YouTube anymore, so I've decided might as well go ahead and do that. As almost always, find the bite, which is the middle of a rope. We're going to start off with a 30-footer. I'm using, I believe it's called Antique Gold from Knothead Nylon. So if you go to knotheadnylon.com and check out, use Vindal 10 at the end, you will get 10% off your whole order here. So we go through that bite, pull your working end all the way through. We are going to, we're going at the waist for this one. You do want it kind of tight, not terribly snug, so that you're going to, cut off blood and circulation, but definitely about, 2 fingers still, but not ridiculous. At this point, if you've put your bite over here and your rope's going this way with your reverse tension, you're going to go on this leg. But if you're following along, we're going to go ahead and go to the model's right leg. We have the bite, we have the working end, go right under the butt, come through. We don't want it right in the crotch, but on the edge of the leg here. Pull that all the way through. Go around the middle of the butt and the back side. Make sure that's snug. And as we're coming down, again, we want to match up to where we are here. Back under the butt. Back around. And while you're doing this, you really want to make sure that you have what's called clean rope. You don't want twists in the rope anywhere on here, especially in this general area. Your bottom will definitely let you know if you leave a twist in that area if you go to load it. So we're coming back around. We're gonna go ahead and go over here. So we're gonna come under here, pull that through. And because this is over here, of course, go under here. This really is mostly held together by the weaving process that happens here. Keep following, and you always go under, never over, always under your previous wrap. So follow along. Then at this point, you're going to go ahead and weave it through. Again, follow along, just making sure your ropes are clean as you're going. Oh, look at this. We're going to have more rope that we're going to need to add. At this point, you really need to determine what the size of the bottom that you have. If they're a much smaller individual, you may get away with a 15 to 20 foot rope. Most of us, for our rope kits, what I've seen is we always have 30 footers and 15 footers, sometimes 7.5s. I know this model, and I know I'm going to have to add another 30 feet here. So get that uncoiled. And of course, to connect 2 ropes, wrap it, make sure that you spread that, go in here, grab that old rope, flip those ears over, do a good tug, make sure it's secure, and continue on. What you do want to make sure is where you do your rope connection, it's on a meteor section. You don't want it really deep in the crotch area. You don't want it on a bony area. That will be very uncomfortable when you go to load this later on. Go ahead, weaving that through. Keep on pulling. It's always fun when you add more, that next thing of rope. It's pulling a little bit longer than you anticipated. Over or under, over, under, over, coming back. This tie can be self-tied or tied on a model, as we're doing here. We're about to get to a point that if you are self-tying, might prove to be a little bit more difficult, but I'm sure you can handle it. You just got to feel for your lock off in the back, or what I call the seat belt in the back, with your hands, which if you are self-tying, you're already doing. Want to get the rest of that rope over here. Move that. Okay. Pull this through. As you can see, I'm not really worried about how tight this is down here. When we get to, before loading it, and I'll show you on this video, we will be kind of tightening that by moving it, and it certainly helps form more of the structure here, and it moves this further up on the hip. Go ahead and turn for me. So as you can see, we are here at this point with this, and this is where I say you need to lock off. This is really not loaded from the waist. It really is loaded from the hips here. But we want to make sure that we connect all these things. Like I said, this kind of acts as a seatbelt and secures everything. So go ahead and pull that rope through. Go over. And well, as you're seeing, you can always see me pulling these ropes through instead of pushing. If you push these ropes through, your bottom could get pinched from that. And it's, again, not very comfortable for them. These people are volunteering for their services, so you might as well treat them nice. I do recommend kind of doing a little twist here. Keep this all together. And you notice how it looks like I've lost this part over here. I haven't lost it. It just moved on me. So went under. Now we go over. And again, pull through. Just kind of adjusting this to make sure that I'm happy with the tension of this one. And now I'm happy with that tension, happy with that tension. This is all brought together. So now we're going to go ahead and finish this third one this way. You see, we're all under the butt here, coming through with the line, following our weave pattern. We're under there, so we're going to go over, under, over. And then under. We went over there, under, over, under. Over, under, over. And at this point, I am going to go ahead and weave this and make a little rosette here. Because this is a great anchor point here. And it holds everything together so that it will not fall apart once it's up in the air. And I don't care if you actually put load on here or put load on here. This is your working end. This is where everything gets held together after all the other building of this harness here. So we still have a pretty good amount of rope. I'm just testing to see if I can get another waist safely. And I can, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap. Go ahead and lock this off. So again, it looks decorative when we're done. And there we go. We got rid of a lot of that rope, which is called burning the rope. It's not literally taking a torch to your rope, because if you did that every time, eventually it'd get very small and you probably get pissed off at yourself. All right, so I've gone ahead and done a lock off here, and I am going to go ahead and just do a quick square knot. And then we'll go ahead and put another Not there. Tuck my tails. So I said, I wanted to show you what we do to get some more tension on here. We literally bring this up. So we can get it riding higher on this hip than sitting over here. But we don't want to make sure, we don't want to take it away from under here, under the butt here, so that it does, when you do load it, it holds it from here, the waist, and under the butt. Most of the feeling is going to be in the inner thigh. Go ahead and keep turning for me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lift that up. Checking everything. Just make sure it's all nice and uniform, not going to pinch anywhere. Places you can load this from, you can load it from here, you can load it from the sides, you can grab in here for an inversion. I have heard it being loaded from here and grabbed from here to first suspension. I don't generally do that. Mostly, I will load it from the sides or here for an inversion. But this Leto harness, again, this is Vindal with Showing the Ropes. Have a great time.